Woodbridge, Virginia, the city I fought so hard not to moving to and now love living in. For more local Woodbridge, Northern Virginia content, restaurants, things to do, hit the subscribe button as I will be posting weekly videos. My name is Claudia Nelson. I'm a local Northern Virginia real estate agent. I live and work in Woodbridge, Virginia. Stay until the end to hear why I never wanted to move to Woodbridge, Virginia. Hear my story. Let's talk all things Woodbridge, Virginia, what makes this city so lovely to live in, and what I like living in Woodbridge, Virginia. When you hear Woodbridge, Virginia, most people automatically think about Potomac Mills Mall or IKEA. Woodbridge is so much more than just those two places, and Woodbridge has changed so much over the years. Even since I moved here in 2008, Woodbridge has grown significantly. Woodbridge actually got its name from a wooden bridge crossing the Occoquan River into Woodbridge. Now that original bridge washed away in the early 1800s, was rebuilt and then destroyed, and after what we know today was built in the early 70s. Today's bridge, love it, hate it, there's always traffic there, but that's what gets us into Woodbridge. Woodbridge is located about 20 miles outside of the nation's capital and has lots of commuter options to and from Washington, D.C., also Tyson's Corner. It's also conveniently located to several military bases, Quantico, Fort Belvoir, Pentagon, and many more. Woodbridge offers affordable housing, good schools, and lots of employment options, be it in Woodbridge or close by. Like I said, Woodbridge is only a short drive from Washington, D.C. Government, of course, one of its biggest employer, several military bases, close to many headquarters in Tyson's Corner. There's lots and lots of employment opportunity in this area, especially for military, retired military. This is a great area for shop. Amazon, they are currently building their headquarters in Crystal City, and not to forget, they have several places around the area, warehouses, and another big office building in Herndon. In terms of affordable housing, you really have, compared to Fairfax, Arlington, homes in Prince William County in Woodbridge, Virginia are more affordable than if you're going to Fairfax or closer into Washington, D.C. So you can get a single family home in some cases for the same price you might get a condo in D.C. or Arlington. Woodbridge has 3 zip code, 22191 off of Route 1, 22192 mostly Lake Ridge, and 22193 mostly Dale City. I do have separate videos on all of those communities. Check out, I'll make sure I have them linked below, and also let me know what community in Woodbridge, Virginia you live in. One of my favorite places in Woodbridge, Virginia is Stonebridge at Potomac Town Center. When I initially moved to Woodbridge, Stonebridge did not exist. That was just built a few years ago with its cornerstone grocery store, Beckman's. They have lots of restaurants around there. There's a gym, shopping, an Apple store, Starbucks. They do have everything. They also have great events in the winter time. They have an ice ring in the summertime. They have like a splash thing for the kids to run through and for the adults to sit down and relax. Something new coming to Woodbridge, Virginia, the Quartz District. It's going to be at Prince William County Parkway and Minnieville Road, right there at the intersection, and they're going to be building a new town center, new housing. There's supposedly a Whole Foods coming. I believe it's going to be coming within the next 2-3 years. Fingers crossed. Potomac Mills Mall, that's what everyone always thinks when they think about Woodbridge, Virginia. Potomac Mills Mall is so much more than an outlet mall. It offers a great food court and lots of restaurants around it. check out my video about the restaurants at Potomac Mills Mall as well. Woodbridge has a fine dining establishment, Bistro L'Ermitage. It's on its way to Occoquan, and it's always popular during all the holidays. They generally have a 3, 4, 5-course menu. Besides that, we have lots more restaurants. Check out my blog on Woodbridge restaurants. Let's talk about transportation. With Woodbridge being located right at 95, obviously it is convenient to drive. If you do not want to commute by car, there's so many more options. We have the VRE. In Woodbridge, we have 2 VRE stops, one at Ripon Landing, the other one right at the border to Lorton, Fairfax County, Belmont Bay. There's also bus stops, commuter bus options. They'll get you into Washington DC or Tyson's Corner. We used to have a slugging option that's no longer really used as much, where you would get into cars with strangers and then they can take HOV. Not really as much used these days after COVID. If you're into working out, Woodbridge has something for you. Of course, we have all the gyms. There are gyms throughout the community, but then we also have Lake Ridge Parks and Marina. Beautiful trails. You can go there if you're into kayaking, paddleboarding. They also rent out boats. Check out my video about Lake Ridge Marina. The Chin Center, another sports center with tennis courts, indoor courts, racquetball. They do have an indoor pool and lots more. Dale City Ice Ring. We have an ice center right here in Woodbridge, Virginia. Then the Dale City Water Park. That's one of many outdoor pools. The Dale City one is the biggest one with a nice slide. We really have all the grocery stores except for Whole Foods, but that's going to be coming, and Trader Joe's. But there is a petition to bring Trader Joe's to Woodbridge, Virginia. Not sure if that's going to happen. But we do have Aldi, we have Lidl, of course we have Giant, Food Lion. There is an international grocery store as well. There is an Hispanic grocery store. Wegmans is here as well. We are in Virginia after all, so let's talk quickly about the weather. Yes, it can get pretty humid in Woodbridge in the summer. I happen to love it. We also have the 4 seasons. In the winter, it's not as cold. In the summer, yes, it gets humid. Yes, it gets hot, but it's not Florida hot. I promise you my story of why I did not want to move to Woodbridge, Virginia. My ex at the time, he wanted to purchase a home in Woodbridge, and I was comfortable in my rental place in Washington, DC. I was happy in the city. I had no intention of moving out of the city. City girl right here. I did not want to move to the suburbs, and then he moved. I followed, and this is pretty much the story. I'm happy, could not be happier. I love Woodbridge, fell in love with the community, fell in love with everything Woodbridge has to offer, and I'm not mad about all the parking spaces we have. I never have to search for parking around here. Anything else you want to know about Woodbridge, Virginia, drop me a quick line. Be sure to check out all my other videos about Woodbridge communities, things to do. I'll have them all tagged below. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Happy to help.